Good news for the travel industry. After years of decline, 24 million people will travel in the 12 days surrounding the Thanksgiving holiday. The busiest day, the Sunday after, when 2.6 million people will travel through U.S. airports. Well, that means long lines, long waits, and headaches at security checkpoints, and thousands of items left behind. Tonight, a special report on what happens to those items. KXLY4's Melissa Luck reports.
It's the busiest travel time of the year at Spokane International Airport. Over the next month or so, thousands of people will come through this terminal heading out on their family vacations. But not everyone will leave with what they came with.
It all seems so serene when you watch it from afar, but we all know flying these days is more headache than relaxation.
Attention to the concourse, you just came through security checkpoint AB, and that's your belt.
So much of that headache starts here in the TSA security line. Take off your coat, remove your shoes, shove your bags on the conveyor belt. Oh, and take off your belt too. In many cases, say goodbye to your stuff.
This is the found property room at Spokane International Airport.
A tiny closet inside the Spokane Airport Police Department serves as the starting place for items left behind.
I mean, you can see here we have coats and jackets, but it's laptop computers, it's tablets, it's cell phones, books.
Items forgotten, items confiscated. Turns out you can't bring your stun gun on a plane.
It's a lot of property.
Through this closet, thousands of items travel every year.
Since January, we've collected about 2,250 items. So about 200 items a month of found property are returned to the airport.
In Spokane, a quarter of what's lost gets back to its rightful owner. Everything else auctioned off, with the money going back to the city. But Spokane is just one airport. Statewide, thousands more items end up lost, discarded, and unclaimed. Most share the same final destination.
This is where all those unclaimed items eventually end up, inside a 55,000 square foot warehouse in Tumwater, where customers are waiting every day.
So that material comes here and we'll sort through it, and then it's available to the general public for sale.
This is the Washington State Surplus Store near Olympia, selling what state agencies don't need anymore. Operations manager David Baker showed us bins of TSA cast-offs scattered throughout.
And the majority of the stuff that comes through is just kind of pocket knives and corkscrew type things. Probably should know better, but I forgot it was in my pocket.
All these pocket knives left behind at security checkpoints. Some engraved, some unique, most never return to the owner, no matter how hard Shelley Swetlow tries.
I have bins of stuff that have full names on it, but if your last name's Smith, Johnson, Jackson, if it's not unique, unless you call in, you're just not going to get your knife back. Because I can't email every single Smith, Jackson, and Johnson.
And next time you fly, leave the bottle opening to the flight attendants.
We also get corkscrews, but we get so many of those that we keep them in a different location.
That many people are bringing corkscrews on the plane?
You wouldn't believe it.
And these are all from TSA?
These are all from TSA.
Jeez. Most forgotten forever.
If someone calls and says, I lost my Swiss Army knife, come get a new one, they're $3.
And if you do come here to buy, be prepared for some competition. Plenty of people want to buy your forgotten stuff. On this rainy Tuesday, people lined up a half hour before the store even opened. And when it finally did, they made a beeline for the knives. Most are collectors and will resell online. But not everything TSA takes can go up for sale.
The no-no bucket. These are things that we cannot sell in our store. We have to contact law enforcement for them.
Everything in the no-no bucket was confiscated by TSA. Every item you'll ask, what in the world were they thinking trying to get this on board a plane?
You can never fly with your butterfly knife. Throwing knives.
Yeah, no.
Straight razor. I always want to shave when I'm flying. A gun. Magazines for handguns. Nunchucks.
Not for sale, but a lesson to us all.
Even when they're just kind of decorative, they're not.
The bejeweled dagger will not be waiting for you on the other side of the TSA line.
Ever popular.
For the most part, though, TSA, the state, and Spokane International want to reunite you with your stuff. Lose it? Call and ask. Most airports will hold it for 90 days. And when it comes to deciding what to bring on board...
Switchblade. Always fly with my switchblade.
Make sure you don't leave the common sense at home.
So a lot of ways to get your stuff back. The one thing you can't get back from the airport or the surplus store, anything you leave on the plane, That belongs to the airline, so you have to get it through them. But folks at Spokane International say even if you think you left something at another airport in your travels, contact them. They know people at all the airports. They can help you track your items down.
Wow. So we saw the cell phone chargers, the knives, even that dagger. What's the most unusual item found?
I wish we had video or an explanation of this. At Spokane International, the most unusual item they've ever found is a professionally made lost and found sign that ended up in their lost and found. So you never know what people are going to travel with. And we went to do the story and we uncovered this incredible treasure trove at that state surplus store. You would not believe some of the things you can buy, not only in Tumwater, but also online and here in the Spokane area. Everything from commercial crab pots to vehicles to underwear from the Department of Corrections. We're going to share that story tomorrow on KXLY4 News at 6.